Hey you beautiful big heads, your boy Zatchul, and welcome back to some more Honkai Star Rail. Today's video, we are fixing the old characters because they themselves said they will be buffing old characters. So I'm going to take this chance to just give my ideas of things they can do to make the old characters better. And we are starting out with the, well, base cast, the general pool characters that we got at the very beginning of the game. Now, these are not thought through perfectly, and honestly, some of these characters, it's honestly pretty hard to save them. Literally, one of the characters that I have on the list, it literally just says needs a whole new kit. Because they do. I bet you can't guess who it is. I bet you can't guess who that is. But yeah, let's just hop on into it. And we're obviously starting out with Gepard because his is the kit that's up right here. Now, honestly, I'm not taking into much account the Eidolons and stuff because I just want the base kit to be good and they can adjust the Eidolons however they see fit. But yeah, base kits definitely need to be good for these characters. Also, all these characters should just get a flat out basic stat increase, like in general, because more stats just help, you know, the most easiest way. So starting out with Gepard, I think he should steal some stuff from Aventurine in the sense that he should get a counter shield. So either after he gets hit, you know, let's say 6 or 5 times, Aventurine's a 7, but Aventurine counts for the entire team. So when Gepard himself gets attacked 5 times, since it's him himself, he can then apply a shield to the entire team, or he can just apply a shield to one singular ally, one of the two. You know, I think that'd be really good. And then with his skill, I think his skill definitely needs a little bit of help because, you know, nobody really uses his skill. So I think the freeze should stay, but on top of him having that chance to freeze an enemy, he should just have a 100% chance to just aggro all enemies on the field. Like just aggro all of them, so then it ties into the talent, which is him getting hit will then allow him to cast shields, and then also since he's getting hit, if he does die, you know, then he'll get the 50% health back, you know, upon death, you know, shit like that. Like they would then tie into each other really well. And, you know, really help him be a preservation character because we don't have many, you know, they don't really release many, so this will help him out quite a bit. And then I just honestly thought about this on the fly. When he uses his ult, you know, and casts a shield on everybody, allow him to counterattack just straight up. So from his ult shield, when, you know, an ally is hit or he himself is hit from this shield that was provided through his ult, allow him to counterattack the enemy and just, you know, hit him back. Honestly, just hit him back. I think that would make Gepard a lot better. So yeah, that's all I really have for him. You know, I don't want to go too crazy, but yeah, that's all I really have for this guy. Now moving over to Clara. So starting out with her skill, right? So it does more damage to the marked enemies and it removes the marks. So on top of that, when she's removing the marks from the marked enemies, she should get some energy regen, right? Like she should get more energy for removing these marks. So let's just say per mark removed, she gets 5 energy. I think that's not that bad, not that too crazy. Because, you know, first you need to get the marks on there and then removing them, you know, give her more energy, allows her to cast her ult more. That's really good. Now moving down. For this, honestly, we just need to increase this to damage reduction to 20 to 25%. That's all I really think that needs to happen here. That's it. Because now with her ult, we're going to increase this one right here to 50%. So that will give her a total of 70 to 75% damage reduction. And then instead of greatly increasing the chance of enemies attacking her, for those 2 turns, all enemies will attack her. Now, we're not going to increase the number of times she can do her enhanced counters. The enhanced counters will remain at 2. But now that she's getting attacked by every enemy no matter what, her basic counters will just, you know, keep on going off, allowing her to do more damage. Boom, Clara, that's all she needs. Bada bang, bada boom. Magnifique. I don't know if that's really good or not. I feel like that would be really good for her, you know, because then she'll become a impeccable wall in her ult and allow her to just bust out them counterattacks. Just saying. Well, yeah, counterattacks that also count as follow-up attacks. But yeah, and imagine that mixed with other characters. Oh, there's a certain character that would love the amount of follow-up attack / counterattack she would be doing. Just saying. All right, now moving over to Bailu. Her skill garbage. I don't like it. I don't like the random shit. All right, and I also don't like that it's decreasing the healing. All right, so we're just gonna make this like ho-hos. Select ally to heal, and it heals adjacent allies on the left and right as well. Bang, boom, bam. It's already better. Moving to the ult. Honestly, see, because Invigorate is the thing. Just have the Invigorate increase the healing. But with the ultimate, you know, keep it the same for the most part. But now, for 2 turns, you know, with the same, you know, with the Invigorate active for 2 turns, right? All allies get damage reduction for 2 turns of 25%. 25% damage reduction for all allies after she uses her ult. Boom. The talent, right? The talent. After an ally is killed, right, and they are revived by Bailu, they gain 50% of their energy. Or 100%. However crazy, you like, you know, you can give them 50% and, you know, change some of these Eidolons and make it 100%. Boom. So after ally dies, they get 50% of their energy, or 100%, and then they just bang them with an alt real quick, because now you get an instant turn. It would go crazy. Just saying, she will be the best doctor, and actually also allow her to remove debuffs for her healing as well. Yeah, no, that's crazy. Yeah, do that as well. That some of this shit is on the fly. That's by the way. I'm making some of these changes on the fly, by the way. But yeah, remove debuffs, adjacent healing, be good. Add some damage reduction for more supportive utility. You know, so all allies get a little bit of damage reduction for the 2 turns, and then give ally the dead ally that's coming back energy, whether that be 50% or 100%. I think that would help her quite a bit. You know, it doesn't seem too busted in my personal opinion, because come on, with this one, somebody has to die and it's only for one person. Actually, yeah, the fact that it's only once per battle, give them 100% energy. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, easily. All right, so next up is Himeko. Himeko is actually a hard one for me, because I feel like she's pretty good, but that's mostly in part because Super Break is a thing. So honestly, change this from Weakness Break to just hitting the enemy's weakness. That way it takes her outside of Super Break as well. So that way, if anybody on the team, you know, hits enemy's weakness, you get a charge. After 3, you know, you throw it out. It just makes it a lot easier to proc it, and you don't need to break an enemy, right? So it just lets her throw them out more continuously. On top of that, with her whole ultimate thing, make it per enemy hit instead of enemy defeated, just so you can get the effect of it a lot easier, just in case it doesn't kill. Because again, I think Himeko is pretty good, but that's mostly in part to Super Break. So these 2 things help her out quite a bit. And then let me check my notes. Yes, okay. For each follow-up attack performed, let her increase her damage, or well, attack by 5%. Up to, I don't know, 20% increase. Again, Himeko seems pretty good in general. So yeah, especially with Super, I'm repeating myself because she's not that bad of a character, but that's mostly in part due to the characters available to her. But I do believe characters should be good on their own for the most part. You know, they should be usable for the most part on their own, because that then allows it to be put into more teams, which then allow more team diversity. But yeah, nothing too crazy there. Same amount of energy is just per enemy hit now. Instead of defeating an enemy, give her the 5, and then this is just hitting the enemy's weakness instead of weakness breaking, and then give her attack increase for each follow-up attack performed. All right, so next up is Bronya. Yeah, supports are actually very hard to make better, because I don't think Bronya is bad at all. Because I mean, she's a support. Supports age the best. So what we're gonna do is this: we're gonna increase her skill in the sense that we're gonna take her E1 and put it on her skill. So off base, she will get the 50% chance to get a skill point back, and then if you do have her E1, it will be a 100% chance, while also keeping this effect of, you know, it can only be done once a turn. So yeah, that just makes that better overall. When it comes to her ultimate, we're going to give it a increase to crit damage. Why did I say that? Crit damage. I mean, sorry, crit rate. Jesus Christ, because I'm reading it right now. So we're going to increase crit rate as well. So all this will stay the same. It's going to get an additional part saying, you know, increase the crit rate by 15% for 2 turns as well. So now she's just buffing everything all around the board, you know, because fuck, why not? And then for this, just increase this to like 40%. You know, 40% to 50%, whichever one, you know, just to give that little buff as well. But yeah, there's Bronya. But supports are already really good, so it's really hard to, you know, think of them in any bad way at all. All right, next up is Yangqing. So starting out, his skill allows him to stay in the Soul Steel Sync for 2 turns now instead of 1, right? Because I want him to stay in this form more, you know, just for an extra turn. Because if you use this with his ult now, like, this is good, right? But we can make it better. So if he does his ult while he's in this Soul Steel Sync state, you know, add on here, he now gets dodge. He gets 100% dodge to dodge all enemies' attacks for 2 turns. So now he's not even getting hit, you know. So getting his little Soul Sync into the ult now turns him into Ultra Instinct Goku. No more hits. He ain't getting hit for 2 turns. Just for himself, not the entire team. No, nothing crazy. Just for himself, you know. Getting to that peak of sword mastery. And then over here, wow, again, he's in the Soul Steel Sync state, you know. Increase this to 100%. Keep the freeze chance to 65, that's fine. But then also change this to, if he's attacking a frozen enemy, he deals an additional 50% damage. So instead of it just dealing an additional ice damage equal to his attack, just allow him to do 50% more damage to frozen enemies. Boom. Yangqing, a lot better now. Up next, Welt. Let me look at my notes. Welt was another hard one, because I don't think Welt's too bad. He just needs a little push, right? So, no, I do have something in here that's kind of stupid, but, you know, I think it's fair. I think it's fair. But, okay. So, skill will now hit all enemies. I think I do not like the randomness. Just have it hit all enemies. And then we're going to increase the slow from 10% to 25%. I think that's fair. He will, let me see. Yeah, no, I don't like this. He will now deal what would do increased damage to enemies who are imprisoned or slowed? Do like that, you know? Boom. So, yeah, I like that better. It increases damage. And then for the alt, I like the alt just the way it is. But hear me out here. We're going to buff the alt to where for every enemy that gets imprisoned, right? He has a 65% chance to recover a skill point. Yes, I know. It's magnificent. It's smart. I know. On my notes, I had it at 100%, but I said, fuck it. We'll go down to 65 because I know people would think that's too strong. So, yes, yeah, I think all these changes would be great for these characters. And then the one character who isn't here that I said you probably would never be able to guess. I don't know if I actually did say that or not because a lot goes on in my mind. But another character from the main cast that definitely needs to be buffed and needs a whole entirely new kit is this motherfucker. Because why the fuck is this box so big? But yeah, no. Trailblazer physical needs an entire kit change. I don't even know what they can do to make this character good. I'm being completely honest. Don't know. They need a whole rework, being completely honest. And, you know, they're not good because they're technically the very first character that you get in the game. So, yeah, not surprised, but yeah, they definitely need to be better. And then on top of that, because I just thought about this character as well, because I completely forgot about their existence, make Preservation Trailblazer good as well. I do not, again, this is literally on the fly right now. Make this character better as well. Because I believe, right, I want people to have a hard time choosing between the Trailblazers. You know, so we have 4 right now. It should be a task to choose between all 3 of them. I think, I said 3, all 4 of them. All 4 should be good and all 4 should provide different things that makes them worth using, you know? So true damage, super break, just needs to be better because we don't have that many preservation characters. So yeah, do something with them and do something with, it should be a hard choice between all of them. That's the way I feel. What they could do, I don't know. Honestly, leave some ideas for the Trailblazer down below for their preservation and destruction of, you know, forms. But yeah. That's how I think they could change the characters to make them really, really, really good. Now, when it comes to things I don't want to happen, I do not want it in a sense to where I don't want it to be a hassle to buff these characters, right? I don't just want it to be a stat increase. I don't want it to be some bullshit where you have to pay money or it's really tedious to do. Like tie it to a quest or something to learn more about the characters and then they get a buff, you know, something like that is fine. But like my friend joked about something crazy, which is absolutely insane. He was like, yeah, give us an E7 to where once you get to E7, they get the buff. And I was like, don't play on me like that. Because the scary part is the chances are there. Because these are because keep in mind, all the characters I just talked about are general pool characters. So, you know, they'd be like, oh, since they're in the general pool, you'll eventually get them to E7. So then once you get to E7, that's when you get the buff. You know, that'd be crazy, which I don't think they would do. But it would be diabolical if they did. Yeah, but I just don't want no bullshit like that to happen. But yeah, no, that's all the characters. That's all the characters. And then if they choose to increase, well, if they choose to buff 4 stars, that'd be cool as well. But yeah, no, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. If you have any ideas that could buff the characters as well, shoot them out. I want to hear them. Let's make Honkai Star Rail great again. Let's make the old characters great again. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Love you guys, and bye-bye.